Hey guys, this is Xiao Xiao. On Instagram a few weeks ago, I asked if you guys are interested to see my shoe collection, and most of you answered yes. So I am here today to show you my humble little shoe collection and talk a little bit about why I don't like Louboutin anymore, even though they are now still very trendy and very hyped up. But that's for later. Anyways, let's dive in. Let's go. So to start, I want to talk about my Jimmy Choo's lens, which is like, I don't know if I should call it their signature shape, which is basically like kind of like the birdcage shape. It wraps around your feet like this, very dainty, and has like the open toe look going on. But this is suede, as you can tell. Suede is very high maintenance, and it doesn't really keep its shape after wearing it for a while. So I'm thinking about retiring them because you have to buy like a special brush and special like gel that's for cleaning suede, and I'm just too lazy for all of that. But this is actually, for as tall as it is, it's very comfortable, it's very pretty, very dainty, and if you have like narrow dainty feet, you'll look very good in these. But my feet's kind of wide, like my feet's very short and wide, so it's very stubby to begin with. It doesn't look good with strappy heels, so that's why I'm retiring them. Like there's absolutely nothing wrong with these shoes, and they are oddly very comfortable for how tall they are, but I just discovered that I don't look good in them anymore. They're not my style anymore, so I'm retiring them. But like these are really worth the money, honestly. Like if you have feet that looks good in these, I recommend you getting the pair because it's very pretty. Next we have these Prada platforms, which is just a pair of simple tall platforms. Look at the silhouette, so pretty, and I like how it has the Prada logo on the back, which is a very nice touch. And these shoes are so worth the money. They are tall but very stable, very secure, very form-fitting but not painful, which I think all the attributes I just named are very important in a tall pair of platform like this. Like you don't want it to be a safety hazard when you're wearing it. You need to be safe while wearing heels. Don't hurt yourself. And I think the style, the silhouette of this pair of shoes is so classic and timeless and feminine and sexy. And I think every girl needs a pair like this. Not this pair specifically, but the style of shoe. Just in case you need to go somewhere, just in case you have someone you need to impress. I feel like a pair of this on a girl's night out or like dinner or some kind of party, you can never go wrong with this, right? Like so timeless, so pretty, so glam. Speaking of Prada, we're transitioning into Miu Miu, and look at how cute this is. Oh my gosh, look at how pretty the shape of this is, like the silhouette, like the little curve of the heel and like the curve of the shoe. So cute, so feminine, yet so youthful and girly. Like I love it. I was following their Instagram page when this pair came out like years ago, and it was inspired by ballerinas. This is why we have the ribbons here that wraps around your ankle, and it comes with two pairs of ribbons, which is the plaid, the black and white plaid, and the solid black. And I just chose to keep it the way it came in, which is the mismatch look, which I think is very fun and girly and youthful, so I kept it that way. But yeah, like I love everything about this pair of shoes. The only regret I have is not ordering this pair of shoes in the 4-inch style because it was sold out in my size. But I just love this look so much, I got the 3-inch heels instead. And also I think it's very important to know what heel height your feet looks best in. For me, I discovered that 4-inch heels is the height that looks best on me, for my feet, because it really lengthens my feet the way it's supposed to. 3 inches kind of like an awkward height for me, but other than that, like everything about it I love. This is like a very forgiving shoe. It's very comfortable. I have wide feet, but this is very comfortable for me. Like look at this, and then look at Louboutin here. Like this is so narrow and so unforgiving, and this is just, I don't know, I just feel like when you spend that much money on a pair of shoes, you need to be comfortable enough to wear it for a whole night, and this definitely does the trick. Next we have the Stuart Weitzman sandals. I was kind of hesitant to include this pair in this video because it's definitely at a lower price point, but like at the same time way more than my other shoes, because normally I will only spend like, I don't know, $40 on a pair of shoes, but this is definitely not $40. Yeah, but it's super cute. Look at it. It's very girly. It's kind of like Miu Miu. Like sometimes I just want shoes that are very girly and cute and youthful. Like I don't want it to be so serious all the time. And then it wraps around your ankle like this. And it's just a very cute summer shoe. Like you can wear this to like a garden party, to a wedding, to, I don't know, it's just very cute. Like on a date, like look, so freaking cute. And I think the only thing I don't like about it is like the toe area is a little tight. And I understand why they have to make the toe area a little tight for this style of sandals, because you don't want the feet to like go through the shoe. Otherwise this is really awkward, right? But like I said, I have very short stubby white feet, so I can't really blame the shoe for this area to be kind of tight on my feet. After a while you get used to it, I guess, but it is very cute. I really have nothing bad to say about it. So now we're moving on to Manolo Blahnik. First we have the Charmendo. I think it's called the Charmendo, which is like, you know, the kind of what you expect from Manolo Blahnik. 3-inch height. Like I said, I discovered and learned that I don't really look good in 3 inches, so I'm reselling these as well. But it's very pretty. It's just very classic and timeless, with the little like the crystal encrusted like decor. But overall, I really have no comment on this shoe really. It's comfortable, but it just doesn't make me feel very glam. So that's why I'm reselling it, because, you know, if you don't love it, you need to get rid of it. So next we have the Manolo Blahnik satin shoes. Very summery, very springy, but satin is very high maintenance, I've learned. So I will avoid buying satin shoes in the future, because once it gets stained, like here, like once it gets stained, it's so hard to remove. I think you have to get it either like professionally removed, or I guess you can remove it yourself if you know what kind of chemicals to use, but I'm just too lazy for that. It's very cute, very springy, very summery, but that's pretty much it. Like, you wouldn't wear this during the fall or winter. It's very seasonal. So yeah, I'm kind of over this pair. So this is the most exciting part for me. This is my favorite pair of shoe here. The Manolo Blahnik Hangisi. Look at it. Freaking look at it. Look at it. It is so beautiful. I love everything about this pair of shoes. The height is perfect. The style is timeless. Like, and the whole like crystal encrusted, like, I guess what you call it, like decor is beautiful. Just beautiful. Like, look at it. Look at the way it shines under the light. So this is the 4-inch height, but I think it also comes in 3 inches. I think it's either like 2.5 or 3. So you definitely don't have to get 4 inches if this is too tall for you. They have a shorter option, but I'm just telling you, this style, this pair, like the shape of the shoe is just so beautiful. Like, you have to get it if you want to invest in a pair of luxury shoes. This is my #1 recommendation. And if you don't like it, just return it. Oh, by the way, I know these are really expensive because I think this pair is $995, but there is a cheaper option out there. I know Ballerina makes a pair that's very similar to this. It's called Ballerina Sheer, C-H-E-R. It's almost identical to the style. It's actually very pretty as well. However, the only thing I didn't like about Ballerina Sheer is the crystals don't look as expensive as this one, because honestly you can tell this is very well crafted, and just the way the light reflects off these crystals is just, amazing. But for Bachelor Mishka sheer, the crystals are a little bit more, it's too white for me. Like, and when crystals appear too white, it kind of cheapens the look. But I think it's a very good placeholder for this pair of shoes for like a quarter of the cost. Oops, no! So next we have the Christian Louboutin Simple Pumps, and the heel height is 85 millimeters. And it looks like this. So in the camera, when you view it in this angle, it doesn't look that bad, but let me tell you, this is the worst pair of shoes in that price range I bought so far. And it's very disappointing because it doesn't look as good on your feet as it does in camera. It really doesn't. And where do I even begin? Like, I think the whole brand image of Christian Louboutin is like, you know, this like sexy ass bitch, you know, you're like a badass bitch, you dominate the world, girl power, all that, right? But I don't feel that way when I wear this pair of shoes. It's like, it makes my feet look stubby. I feel stubby, and it just doesn't lengthen your feet the way it's supposed to. And you don't spend that kind of money for a pair of shoes to feel stubby, right? Like, the whole brand image of Christian Louboutin and the whole purpose of buying shoes in that price range is so that you can feel empowered and sexy and feminine, and I just got none of that. I didn't get any of that enjoyment from this pair of shoes. So like, it's a very awkward pair of shoes, and I understand it's supposed to be like more casual, right? Like, the name is Simple Pumps, but I really I feel like they missed their target audience, because people don't buy Christian Louboutin to be casual. We buy Christian Louboutin to feel glam, right? So yeah, like, that's that. Next, here we have Christian Louboutin décolleté, and the heel height is 100 millimeters, so it's about 4 inches. And you can tell the difference between this one and Simple Pumps. This one, the heel height is taller, and the shape is much more feminine. It's, you know, it fits the brand image better. It's supposed to be sexy and glam, and the name is décolleté. You know, décolleté is like the neck and collarbone area of a woman, which is supposed to be very feminine. So I think this pair of shoes definitely live up to its name. However, one thing I don't like about this is how pinching the toe area is. And I noticed that with all Christian Louboutin shoes I've had so far. It's very unforgiving. And on top of that, I have kind of like wide feet. I have like short stubby wide feet, which is like, makes it more miserable for me to wear their shoes. And maybe that's part of the reason why I'm kind of getting over them. Like, I don't have the feet for it. But yeah, it's very pretty, very sexy. You definitely feel very glam. But yeah, it's uncomfortable. And as far as 4-inch heels go, there are so many more other options out there that are much more comfortable than this. I have like $90, $50 Aldo shoes that are 4 inches that are way more comfortable. So I just really can't justify spending like $900 just to have the red bottom, but you're so freaking miserable wearing it. Continuing on with the Christian Louboutin theme. So this is very Prev. Let me hold it like this. Very Prev, and I think the heel height is 120 millimeters. It's about like 5 inches or so. It has a little bit of a platform. Super pretty, like especially from this angle. Like, this is like Vogue angle. Okay, let me tell you, hurts like hell. Toes are pinchy as hell, and it's just, look at this. So when you wear heels, right, the pressure point is here and here, like here, because your feet is like, you're putting all your weight here and here. Why is the heel all the way back here? It's not supporting any of your weight. And it's the same with all Christian Louboutin shoes. It's like their heels are all the way back here. It should be like an inch forward, right? Like, for example, the Manolo is like an inch in, and I think this is like the perfect place to place the heel, because you're actually supporting the weight of the person. It makes no sense to put the heel all the way back here. Like, what does it do? It serves no purpose. Yeah, like this not only creates a very feminine shape, but it's like supporting your weight. Even like the Miu Miu, look, it's like an inch in. It creates a nice shape and it's supporting your weight. And especially for like platforms like this, I don't know, it's just, I guess like I wasn't such a shoe aficionado when I bought these shoes, but now that I'm more aware, like it just really irritates me. Why is the heel all the way back here? It's not supporting any of your weight, and it doesn't create that very feminine, sexy shape. It's just very tall and has a red bottom. That's pretty much it. Yeah, and it's uncomfortable as hell because Christian Louboutin, they run half size small, but even that's inconsistent. I've had a pair of Biancas that ran big for some reason, and I couldn't keep my feet in the shoe. I keep on walking out of it. Anyways, that's another whatever. But yeah, these shoes are very unforgiving, and it's just kind of ugly now to me. Yeah. So lastly, we have the Christian Louboutin Escarbic. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing it wrong. And the heel height is 100 millimeters, 4 inches. And these are the most expensive shoes I bought so far in my life. And I'm never buying Christian Louboutin ever again. Because look, I haven't even taken the sticker off. It's still on. Because I'm never gonna wear these shoes. They're uncomfortable as hell. And I'm just thinking about reselling it. I'm gonna just keep the stickers on and resell it for whatever I can get for it, because I can't deal with them anymore. Yeah. So I wanted to take a moment to talk about why I don't recommend Christian Louboutin. And I think I already touched a little bit on that while I was going through my Christian Louboutin shoes. Number one, their size is very inconsistent. Number two, they are uncomfortable. The most uncomfortable shoes on earth. And I just feel like I bought them to join the hype because, you know, it seems like they were such a big deal. Like all the celebrities are wearing it, and you see it everywhere. You see it on social media a lot because of the signature red sole, right? Like people look at it and know exactly what it is. And I have to admit, I jumped on that wagon because I was like, let me get a pair of those because they are sexy. But after only a few pairs, you get over them really quick because you just realize they are not worth it, because there are other options out there that are much more comfortable, much more fitting. Yeah, it's just really not worth it. For example, like Christian Louboutin shoes, they typically run half size small. So I am 5.5, so I'll have to get size 6. But even that's very inconsistent, because I feel like as a luxury brand that charges so much for a pair of shoes, either you'd be consistently small or consistently big, right? But for like 4 pairs, I ordered size 6 and they fit fine. Some are a little loose, but they fit fine. I can still walk in them. But then there's one pair of shoes, Christian Louboutin Bianca, which is the very sexy tall platform. Almost like, so Bianca is almost like this pair of Prada shoes, but without the peep toe. It's closed toed, but it's very similar to this style. It has a tall platform, tall heel, very sexy. But that pair of shoe ran big. I ordered size 6 and I couldn't keep my feet in the shoe. I keep on losing it. Like, it is so dangerous to walk in this height of shoes and not be stable, you know? And I just feel like that's not a problem that we should be having as a pair of shoes in that kind of price range. I don't know. It just kind of made me feel some type of way. And if you have wide feet like me, I really highly do not recommend Christian Louboutin whatsoever, because they are very slender, very narrow, made for women with like pretty feet to begin with. And I don't have like nice lengthened feet to begin with. That's why I buy heels, right? So for them to make my feet look lengthened. And also the awkward heel placement. Why is the heel all the way back here? It should be like an inch in, so it creates the beautiful curve. and also supports the weight of the person wearing it. Like we talked about before, like these shoes here, like how it's a little bit inward and it creates that beautiful shape. Look at this, like look at how pretty this is, and look at how rigid this is. Like, come on now. You know, I'm just over them. That is it for today. Thank you very much for joining me on this little adventure. Please like, share, subscribe, and show your girl some love. Bye!